Well, it's a special Wednesday night edition of Talking Hawks. I'm Matt. This is Chris. We've got a big show on. Round 13, we're going to have a look at the preview. Fremantle, geez, they've knocked up a few Goliaths of late.
Didn't they?
Just a bit of a juggernaut in the making here. So the Fremantle Dockers taking on the Hawks. We'll have a good preview tonight. We'll touch on the VFL, VFLW games to come, but we definitely want to have a look at who's going to be playing. We're going to announce a new bit of an adoption by the Hawks, player that we've been involved with as of last night's show. So those that are returning, welcome to you, Hawks fans. You make it all happen here with us. But Chris, how are you, mate?
Not too bad, mate. Just been a busy week, as we all have been, and we're just trying to crunch in this quick week before this travel over to the west. It's going to be an interesting week, I think. We're a chance. I think we're a smoky.
There we go. I like the optimism. Look, they've come against a formidable opponent who has just knocked off first place and second place in consecutive weeks. It is a task for Sam Mitchell and our beloved Hawks. But fans, tell us where you're tuning in from tonight. What are you looking forward to? What are your big questions you need to answer? And look, we're going to have a look at some of the potential injuries. Who needs to matchup-wise work? Who do we need to tackle? So let it rip. Chris, I'm just going to give you a little recap if I can.
Do it.
Last night, you didn't join me, big fella. The Viking, where were you? You were busy, but Daz did a hammy. Mitch and I soldiering. Anyway,
I watched the show. You did great. Well done.
Thanks, mate. We've given birth to some of the importance for the Australian culture into the Irish, our beloved heritage for some, but the beloved Conor Nash, the Irishman. We've named Nashy. We've given him some good Aussie rhyming slang, crash and bash. And I think it is so apt for how he goes about it. And so the beloved Nash, you may not hear his name anymore. It just may be Crash and Bash. So if you're with us tonight, you're in the know. But if you like some Aussie culture, we want to welcome him into the fold fully with some slang. So Nashy could play an important role this week against Fremantle, who have been in fine form. And let me just tell you, quick recap. They've taken out Melbourne 56-94 the week prior at the G, and then they've gone back home and just said, we don't mind this winning stuff, and we'll take out the Lions 99-85 at Optus Oval, where we are now headed. So, mate, it's game on.
Certainly is, but like you said, in form. But prior to that, lost to the Pies at home by 36. And lost to the Suns away also by 36. So interesting form by Freo, and hopefully they're on the off week, and we can just head over to Perth and knock them off.
Backing up week after week, and maybe they're on a little bit of a high. They've got to keep it grounded. They're a little bit younger, inexperienced. You and I went over to, it was 2010 after we sadly bowed out in 2009, thinking we were up and about after 08. Just didn't happen. And the Fremantle fans, if there's any joining us tonight, respectfully, we were questioning, the atmosphere was amazing, but we're questioning their football nous or intelligence, because they were cheering when the Dockers kicked a point. It was like they were that success starved. I was questioning, what are we watching here, Chris? Because they were cheering at everything. But anyway, they served it up to us, and we didn't get too much of a rouse when we went out afterwards with the fans, but
they were good.
Here we are. I think they were, but the Purple Army, here they are. They're coming with a prompt flag mantle is the cry coming out of the west. So let's see, mate. Let's just have a quick squiz. Fans, what are you seeing? Much from the fans here? I like this one, Stephen. Not bad.
Yep, I think he'll get on top there. He's in some killer form at the moment. So I don't know. There's many people who could stop him at the moment if we keep giving him the ball, keep giving him the opportunities.
Pre-show, there's a bit of interest from Fred and Tom on Morris. Welcome back, fellas. Tank Morris. Don't know if he's going to quite get in yet, but interesting. Oh, there we go.
Bit of coin, you reckon? Chasing the coin. Playing games with the managers. Let the managers sort that out. The club will fix him up. He'll be all right.
We touched on it last night. I think it might be a nice announcement from the Talking Hawks chat. Maybe it's a nice thing in the buy to keep the fans interested. But I like this from Dominic. I like it. I don't know about the cat, but I like the comment.
Mitch, I think Mitch touched on that during the show, didn't he? He said the Freo Pies game was wet, and that's where I think Pies got on top of them. So,
yeah.
I haven't checked the forecast personally. I don't know if it's like Melbourne weather, but it might be a bit hard to get a forecast this far out.
Yeah. Look, we'll see. It should be there. Fans, let us know if you can quickly check for us. But you can be the weather man or woman tonight. I do like this from.
Good comment. Top 4 specialist. We are very competitive against the top 8 and keep losing to the teams down low. So hopefully that's a sign of things to come, and we can repeat that performance and put up a gallant effort and maybe knock them off. I don't know. I really am optimistic. Yeah.
Yep. I know. I don't know if it's me or you, but someone here, Mr. California, is trying to pump up the tyres. Maybe it's not us. Maybe it's talking about the Hawks. But we love the passion, Chris. Let's keep it coming. So look, we've got it all or nothing. We head into the bye. We've got a few injuries. There might be a little bit of changing of personnel, not too much, but this is a good one, Barry. Thank you. Fredericks had a blinder, and I don't know that firsthand, but what was it? Team. He's had a good game last week. He's a good runner, kicking quite a few goals from a lot of different spots. Great athlete. Sadly for Fremantle, but happily for us, it looks like Frederick won't be playing because it was a team suspension.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And Fife. One. I don't know. You tell us. But
team suspension, you have to have done something wrong. You don't get team suspended for doing good things.
The Viking knows, don't mess with things. So the dual Brownlow medalist, though, he's come back off shoulder and back surgery. Fife, formidable opponent. Didn't spend too much time up forward, but came back with pure thunder in the waffle. As Justin Longmuir expected, he'll return after 1 week. Bit of rust, but he got into the game, made an influence, and it was 20 centre bounces that he attended. So not too much time up forward, but an indication that may change when he comes that role in the AFL.
Stars like that typically just come straight back into the team. So for them to give him a run in the waffle is quite interesting. So, but I don't know. I think he will spend a little bit of time forward during the game, but big crash and bash Nash, I think perfect matchup when they're in the midfield. When Fifey's there, I think he's the man. Yeah, there you go.
Jay's with you, mate. I don't know, you're stealing Jay's thunder, but mate, I'm on it too. I like it, boys. I like it.
He posted that a minute ago. I hadn't read it, but we're on the same plane there.
Yeah, no, we try to have a natural conversation, but in all honesty, we need an extra set of hands. So here we are. Look, so let's get into it. Let's tuck right in. Justin Longmuir, interesting. He's still, the media trying to get him to make statements and whatnot, but I listened to him, I think it was on Foxtel. He was just talking about with knocking off number 1 and 2, he hopes his team is starting to believe in the process. And they've been slow in the first quarter. They've had some slow starts. It was more about conversion on the scoreboard. So I think the Hawks really have to get their act together and really hit it in that, that first quarter, try and take advantage. And if there's a bit of peppering of the goals by the Dockers, you really want to put some scoreboard pressure on. So that'll be a challenge. I think this is Sicily's last week as captain in this little block, a la Sammy Mitchell's.
No, it's been announced for the rest of the season.
There we go. Thank you.
Sign of things to come.
I was actually thinking that would be the best move, but I heard something about a block. Oh, that's
no. They finished. Him and Jager shared it, and that come to an end, and then they've announced it. So
he made my day. I know there might have been some.
I don't know what happens
second half of the season.
If McAvoy does make a return, I'd assume he'd resume in that position. But Sicily to remain in that role for the rest of the season.
Man, I reckon you and I should get out and chair Big Boy off the ground every game just to look after him, and Sis can keep the captaincy for the rest of the season. Sorry, Big Boy. Keep it going. So, who do we have to look out for? Rory Lobb bobbed up nicely and Bailey Banfield up forward. And I think, our defence is going to have to be really focused. Fans, what are you saying? What are the matchups we need to look out for? What are the key things for the Hawks to come up? Come home with a big victory.
You mentioned Rory Lobb, it just rings a bell that he was playing out of his skin last time we played him, and we just didn't have anyone that could play on him. So who goes to him? I don't know that. I don't know the best matchup because he's really tall, but he's quite strong as well. So Hardigan's probably too slow if he keeps his spot in the team. Frosty, where's Frosty at?
I think depending how it comes in, I don't mind Sicily. To be honest, because
might be the one. It might occupy a bit more of his time than playing the running off the man and taking extra marks. But that's fine if we can keep him quiet. I'll be happy with that. I don't mind giving him the first go. If Frosty can hold his own, Hardwick can't do that job. He's
maybe I've stitched up there, Jay. Maybe that was out of context, but I think Denver didn't. It took him a bit to play into the game and catch on. So I don't know that he brought the form for Box Hill that's going to see him, unless he absolutely trains a house down. He's not smashing that door down. So,
like I said, we talked about the ins and outs briefly. I guess we've got Gunston coming out off his ankle injury. He's been confirmed out. But that was our only casualty from the game. But yeah, Hardigan, who came in as, I guess, to fill that void that we had against the big forwards. So does he retain his spot, or do we change it up? There could be 2 or 3 changes potentially this week, I guess.
Yeah, I think so. And look, some of the things in terms of matchups, I just want to rattle off a few things because I think these are some key stats. Just looking at the Dockers v the Lions, their disposal efficiency was 76%. So we've just got to bring that pressure. They generally have a good disposal efficiency, the Dockers this season, but their efficiency inside 50 was 55%. The season average is 47%. They were pretty clean. So they were really getting it done. The weather may be an impact, and I don't know that I've noticed a comment on the weather forecast, but if it stays dry, we have got our work cut out for us. The Hawks, their clearances, though, the Dockers against the Lions, 47 clearances. So that was this average for the season's 38, and they've got 47 clearances from 38 hitouts. And the Lions got more hitouts on 44. So they're reading the rucks. I don't know that works for us. If it's Reeves, I don't know that he's given it to us on a platter, our mids. So I'd love to see more of that. That's a good challenge for the Hawks, but their stoppage clearances was big. So this is where I think we need to see bash and crash. So stoppage clearances 32-20. They have absolutely pantsed the Lions. So crash and bash, Duke, Shields, Ward for mine, if he comes in, I think could play an important role for us in there, in the clinches.
All right, I've got it up. Weather. We're playing Saturday, aren't we? Saturday, yep. High of 22 degrees, 95% chance of rain, 5 to 10 mil. That's Perth specifically. So,
yep.
Interesting.
All right, Chris, here we go. Glenn's got one for you.
Yes, I personally would like it, but from what I'm hearing, he's not quite ready to go. Yeah, I'd like, surely he plays at the back end of the season at some stage. It's an interesting concept to first game interstate, but
so you're playing in the big league now.
He's got to be in the conversation, but I'm thinking it unlikely.
Yeah. Okay. Yep, you got it too. I'm with you straight on that one.
Yes. Well, we'll run through the injuries quickly. Like you said, we keep talking about it, but haven't declared them. Brockman's still out. Flips ankle 3 weeks away. Jekka hammy 2 weeks still. So I think he'll be really important to come back into Box Hill and help them in their finals campaign. If they get there, they're looking good. So Gunners, he's been given the extra week with the bye coming up. They're just playing safety there, bit of caution. So 2 weeks away. Lynch, I'm hearing that concussion has been confirmed that he won't play. He must have failed. So I think that's his 3rd week now with the concussion rule. So it's a bit of a concern. Scrimshaw has passed, but Ward's concussion protocol he's still got to pass it. So I'm not sure what's involved, but yeah, we're still waiting to hear on that one. Seamus Mitchell, I only just heard this before. So he out with a shoulder injury, the front of his shoulder. I'm not exactly sure what happened, but during his downtime, they've confirmed he's got bone stress in his ankle. So that's not good news for him. And also on that front, wasn't heard of on the AFL side, but Ned Long, 2 weeks with a hammy. So had some tightness at training and, 2 weeks apparently. So which isn't long for a hammy, so there mustn't have been much on the scans. But again, I guess being cautious there.
Yeah. Yeah, unfortunate there for Seamus. Look, Ned Long would have been handy, I think, if he was up and about. Just do like the frame on him and the way he goes about it. Just look, let's just nurse him through. So coming in, let's just talk about what that means for this game. Who have we got? 100%. So we've got tests are
pretty much Ward and Scrimshaw. I think you'd think Scrimshaw would be an automatic selection. Ward's a possibility, especially with a week off. His body's rested as long as he passes his concussion protocol.
Yeah,
would be a fair chance, I guess, with the legs on him.
All right, so there we go. Dominic suggesting Scrimshaw must be an in. So yeah, I'd like to think so too, and that will definitely help with an attacking Fremantle. Yes, looking at some of the comments here, Lynch after the bye, probably right. Cody, that'd be nice. Catching up here. Look, there we go. Don't mind it, Jason. It's not a bad. He's Frost. So Frosty's definitely a chance, is he?
Frost didn't come up in any of the injury reports. What was he out for?
I'm searching. Help us out, people.
But very important, Frosty. So be good to have him.
Oh, did he? There, he got suspended. There you go.
Oh yes,
he was suspended.
Right. That's why. He was
yeah. So you'd think he's straight back in, and thank you, Con. Beat you to it, mate. But appreciate your keyboard efforts there. So look, it's a good chance. I think I like it, Chris. I like, do we get them on the back foot? Are they a bit confident? Are they getting ahead of themselves? Probably not. You'd like to, as a coach, sort of try and keep them reined in and focused. We've got to go over there. They were at home last week. Obviously, Mike Fredericks had a good night after whenever. Who knows?
Yep.
But so maybe there's a little bit of casualness over there. Let's see. Maybe they're getting ahead of themselves, celebrating. Maybe it's just one off there. I would like to think we're a very good chance to surprise them again. A top 8 team. I think Sammy and our coaching staff really like to get the players up.
Well, we played in the wet conditions, so the bodies might be a little bit fatigued, but I guess that set us in good stead to play in the wet conditions and hopefully take advantage of that. Obviously, I think we played our better footy against the Pies in the wet. That's where we really, got that margin and cut it up. So I think, like I said, we were still trying to play a little bit more that short footy, and then once we transitioned into that longer kicking game, it really benefited. So I think if it's wet straight up, just play long straight away, and as soon as the wet hits, we just keep going long and getting to the right spots.
Yeah, look, it's I'm pretty optimistic. Who was it here? Glenn, spot on. Warps and McGuinness, 35 and 30 posies. Finn's played, probably one of the games of the season. He's just obviously the intent. He's strong, and we're seeing Warps just really applying, and influencing in the guts. So let's see. I like this from Tom. Is it Tom? Is Maury? Is there a change of role? I think he's running his guts out, Tom. Probably heard us last night.
He works very hard, and I guess if you don't get rewarded for your effort, if you don't get it on the end of a hand pass after running 150 metres, then you got to run back and do it all again. Yeah. When he was getting the ball, he looks great. He doesn't mean he's not working just as hard. So,
well, it was the first half, especially in first quarter, specialist in particular, and he thought it was fading. So, maybe there's a stamina question there. Does kicking that many goals give you a lift, mate? You probably kicked more in your time than I did mine, but it's let's say with more, I think there's maybe a little bit more to it. So,
talking about that, is anyone up for a loss? I guess if we've got some fresh legs coming in with Ward, Grimshaw, Frosty, I guess they're sort of probably the automatic inclusions. Is
Warps a chance?
I don't see why not.
It wasn't flying the week before, but this week at Box Hill, he's really put his hand up.
Again, it was whether it was due to the opposition or he's just finally flicked the switch and he's ready to go. But for me, Angus Brayshaw over there, he's almost in Brownlow medal form, I think. He'd be pretty close. So I think he's the one we've got to lock down. But who does that? Like you said, could Warple come in and play that role? Liam Shields. And then you got
John Newcomb that can go and keep someone honest and go and get his own as well. If we, if you pinch hit a bit in there, again, Nashi, if you set him the assignment, I think he will get it done.
Yeah, he could run with a smaller player, but I'd be saving him for Fife when Fife's on the ball. And you don't really want to be tagging two players at the one time either. So, but like I said, we want to be attacking in the mid and try and win that midfield battle because we won our first midfield clearances for the season, was it, against the Pies? Did you say that? I think
maybe it was Mitch. Not me. Not sure.
But that's good sign. So if we can win the midfield battle again, but we probably need to cut Brayshaw out of it. And who knows what form Fife's going to come back in. I guess that's the big question.
Well, look, just going back to last week. So,
Here we go. I've been shut down, so don't need to tag Brayshaw if it's raining. Fair comment. I don't know if he's a wet weather footballer, but he could be right.
Well, Will Brodie last week against the Lions, 10 clearances. Andrew Brayshaw, 9. And then Caleb Sarong, 6. So, mate, we'll have our Sarong firing, but Caleb can have a seat this week. We will see. So, look, it's okay. So there's maybe a match up there on Brayshaw. Let's check that out. I think Fife, agree with you, Con. Here, probably playing forward. Not too fast if he's coming off. injury and finding form. Oh, sorry, the surgeries. And then, look, I think the game plan is Fremantle had a lot of their way bringing inside 50. It was pretty fast moving. It was fairly free flowing. There wasn't a lot of contested, aerially, and it was delivered in pretty well. So, there we go. Tom's got a contrast there. Let's see. It was aces, wasn't it? Aces high. So let's say, boys, either way, you've got to get it done. You've got to stop whoever's influencing and moving forward. If it is wet, clearly the way the ball went in against the Lions is going to be very different for the Dockers. We have to. I'm quietly confident with our back six. If I don't mind Hardigan in, I don't mind. If Scrimshaw comes back in, if Frosty's back in, it changes the look of our back line dramatically, and then it does free up an Impey to play a different type of role. It does free CJ. He was aerial a lot in the first half last week. So I think, that's a good call, Tom. Probably is. Let's see how we go. But I want Sicily to fire this week. Absolutely. What do you think the swagger is going to be like from Sis this week? Captain for the rest of the year, announced.
Yeah, he was pretty modest, and he was like, "I'm happy for anyone else to do it, rah rah rah." But I think we're all on the same page there. I think we want him as a permanent captain, so why not just finish the year in that role and prep him for next year, I guess.
Yeah.
I guess he'll learn with it. There'll be a few losses along the way. There'll be a few wins, and he'll just be, I guess it's a different role because you've got extra things to think about. Who knows what else goes on behind the scenes with the coaching staff and whatever not. But he looked like he filled the role pretty well without being too uncomfortable. So sounds like he's the right choice.
Yeah, sweet. Well, look, we are going to wrap it up shortly. If you're tuning in via YouTube and you like what we do, subscribe. You get notified when we are on here doing our thing. And please, if you're enjoying the content, please like it, give some comments. Let us know your thoughts. If you're watching this after this live stream, let us know what you think needs to happen in this match. Geez, I do like this, though, from Tom.
I did see that one just then pop up.
Maybe we leave Mitchie just doing his thing, but
down the track. Maybe I guess he's got to be part of the leadership group probably before he takes on a bigger role, but potentially.
I'll be honest, I hadn't ever thought of him in that vein at all. So maybe. He was lovely though, and he was very outspoken and great with us as part of the play sponsorship group when we got a tour with him and a few other players. So got time for the man. He cheered me on when I snapped a goal on the G from the corner from the pocket.
Like you said, he was quite intelligent. It sort of blew me away at how insightful he was with the game plan and what happens behind the scenes. So yeah. He's really invested in the club, I think.
100%. I reckon sit tight. There's a good announcement to come. Let's just quickly wrap it with Box Hill. So where are they this week? VFLW, Chris, have you got that there?
I've got us first. So it must be Box Hill City Oval. I'm pretty sure it is. Yes, it will be. So we're playing Port Melbourne. We're 5th on the ladder. Port Melbourne 16th. So we've got a win-loss record of 6-3. They're sitting at 3-6. So we're playing.
Jeez, they should have kept Gary Ayres in there as coach, maybe. Anyway,
1:35. I haven't got the day. I'm thinking Saturday. But yes, they're looking really good, and this will well and truly cement them into the finals. So. And the other one we really want to touch on is the VFLW women's team playing at Windy Hill in the final against Essendon.
1v2?
Yep, 1v2. Both finished with 12 wins. They finished ahead of us with 2 draws. We had a 1 draw and a loss. Obviously, our draw was against them. So, yeah, it should be a ripping game. That is at 11:05 on Saturday at Windy Hill. Like I said, it's free entry for anyone who's interested in going to all the women's finals for the VFL. And you can watch it on the AFL app for free. So get behind the girls and just support the Hawks full stop.
100%. It's good just to get, Hawthorn and finals do belong in the same sentence. So that is lovely to see with the VFLW. And look, big game this week. Fans, who have you got? What's your tip? What's the margin? And who is going to kick a few goals? Name them. Chuck it in the comments. Let's see what you got. And Chris, I'm going to give you a little bit of time to think if you haven't already with the tips. So we've got, so round 13 is 14th Saturday, Optus Stadium in the beautiful home of Perth, where we have many Hawks fans joining us from as well on these live streams. Dockers looking good. What's your thoughts?
You want my prediction? I'm going to go Hawks by 15, which could be a decent margin if the rain does come. Who's going to kick some goals? I think Brewsty sort of might have felt a little bit disappointed he didn't hit the scoreboard a bit harder in his 250th. So I'm going to go Brewsty for 3.
Did we get anyone on the? I like it. I like the optimism. Did we get anyone giving us the forecast? What have we got? Is it definitely raining?
I had 90 to 95. Was it 90 to 95% chance of rain? Just loading up a phone again. Saturday, 95% chance, 5 to 10 mil, which is pretty decent.
All right. I think we played well in the wet. I have not maybe seen enough of the Dockers to comment accurately on their form, but I'm coming in with I want to get the Hawks, but I'm going to say that the Dockers in a close one, 8 points, and I'm seeing Mitchie Lewis kicking 3, and
not far off with Tom's 6-point margin there.
Yeah. All right. Well, fans, if you're there, get to the ground, make some noise for the Hawks, get around them. Let's hope we are celebrating come Saturday night.
Hawks by 25.
Riley, I like it.
Brewsty 1 goal 4. Hope not.
Tommy.
Hawks by 13. Fremantle by 36. No, I'm not going to say it couldn't happen, but I think we're just being a little bit optimistic here. 3-0 win. Fair enough, but I thought the same with the Pies, and the Pies didn't really convincingly beat us. And Pies knocked them off over there by a decent margin a few weeks ago, so there's no reason why we can't do the same. Hawks by 6. Lewis is popular on the goals count.
Why not?
Hawks by a point. McDonald to kick 3. I like it.
Hey, mate. All right. That's it. Last one. Who we got?
Freo to pull away and win by 19. That's all right. As long as we keep showing the signs, I'm happy with the performance we put up. As long as it's not disappointing.
Yeah. Mate, always a pleasure. Thanks for joining us, Chris. Fans, you do make this the real deal. Hopefully we can catch you in person before too long, pre-game somewhere. But for now, get behind the Hawks this week. Hashtag always Hawthorn. If you love what we do, again, sponsor some of the players with us via talkinghawks.com, Denver, Granger Barras, Jai and CJ. Like us on YouTube. And in the meantime, go Hawks.
Go Hawks.